GTVA forces today drove Federation forces from Jupiter, gaining control of the system capital at Ganymede. Admiral Severanti, the military commander of the battle group currently stationed in Seoul, described this outcome as an important victory for our forces and a step toward the final liberation of Earth. Earlier, Secretary General Tocqueville gave a speech to the General Assembly citing this recent action as the beginning of the closing stages of the Civil War.
The illegitimate ruling power in Seoul has entered its twilight. Our forces have worked hard and at great cost to win back Earth. But we will never falter in our struggle, now that our goal is finally in sight.
Officers and crew of the Home Fleet, I thank you for your hard work and dedication over the past few days. I know that it has not been easy dealing with the current influx of refugees, wounded, and traffic in the aftermath of the GTVA invasion of the Jovian Systems Republic. Your continued dedication to the service of humanity will be both counted upon and gratefully appreciated in the next few days. All I ask is for each of you to continue the fight on the Jovians' behalf, so that we may prevail against the enemy. The remnants of the Jovian Rim fleet have taken up shelter in Mars orbit, where they will be repaired and their crews rested. The Jovian Republic has fought bravely ever since this war started, and now they continue to fight alongside us against those who wish to undo the good we have achieved over the past 50 years. Our hearts and minds are with the people of the Jovian Republic.
Hey, Laporte, are you there? Those Tev bastards bombed Luna. Switch on your feed as soon as you get this. They say that a bunch of domes have been hit hard. Casualties are running into the tens of thousands, and civil emergency systems have been overwhelmed. Damn them all to hell. They say the attack was aimed at industrial plants, broadcast centers, Ubuntu headquarters. They must have known how many people they'd kill. Look, I don't know if you knew anyone at Luna or not. It doesn't matter. They've gone too far. It was different when it was the Jovians getting their noses bled. Luna is one of the biggest colonies we've got outside Earth. It's just wrong. Beeper from Bree. Captain Telfer wants to give us our orders. I'll see you in the briefing room.
Early this morning, the GTVA launched simultaneous bomber attacks against targets on Luna and Mars. Nuclear detonations have been reported at several lunar domes, as well as Bradbury and Pavonis Mons spaceport on Mars. Six-belt mining operations have dropped out of contact. Attacks are still ongoing, and casualties number in the tens of thousands. These attacks on civilians violate normal TEV rules of engagement. Intel believes that the General Terran Assembly has activated the total war contingency of the Beta Aquilai Convention. Any civilian target involved in the war effort is now fair game. So far, there have been no attacks on Earth itself. That could change. Subspace tracking has vectored the attacking squadrons to the GTD Meridian, flagship of Admiral Cyrus Severanti. Admiral Byrne has made her our next prime target. The 170th Navahus will take a key role in operations against this destroyer. We will strike while she is still recovering her squadrons. Ideally, we'd deploy a destroyer for a direct engagement, but sending in the Solaris or the Eris would leave Earth or Mars wide open. The Titotis is still undergoing repairs at Mars. Admiral Byrne has therefore committed a frigate strike group to take out the destroyer. The Navahus will provide primary fighter cover for the attack. Because First Fleet's strength must be conserved, Byrne has expressed reluctance to deploy more than one frigate on this op. Admiral Natroba of Second Fleet has loaned us his prize frigate, the Indus, in exchange for tactical command. This is therefore a joint op with the Martians. Alpha and Beta will provide space superiority so that Delta Wing from the 271st Gunship Squadron can disable the Meridian's beam cannons. The Meridian is launching and recovering fighters at a rapid pace, so its screen should be stretched thin. Captain Sorensen will be calling the shots on the frigate Indus, accompanied by Captain Harwood's frigate Churchill from First Fleet. Admiral Byrne has tagged a number of assets to support this operation, including the cruiser Vilnius and a pair of Durga bombers. They'll be called in if the situation warrants. The Meridian's battle group is not a frontline GTVA formation. The Hecate is an aging carrier design, ill-suited to direct combat against warships, and her escorts also lack the killing power of newer TEV warships. Nonetheless, their beam weapons are more than adequate to neutralize 2 frigates. We will have to rely on good fighter tactics to cripple their weapons. Keep those gunships safe until they deliver their payload. Intel is curious as to why the normally cautious Severanti has extended himself so far. Perhaps he's trying to match Steele's recent gains and regain some favor in the eyes of his political masters. But Severanti is not a fool, and he will have anticipated retaliation against his ship. Hit those fighters with the force of a 3-ton hammer blow, and his squadrons shouldn't be able to recover from the shock, let alone return to their home ship in time to defend it. Morale here is low. We need this victory. You do this right, and you'll be the envy of all other fighter squadrons in the home fleet.
All right, Navahus, listen up. Do not be drawn towards those cruisers. If you hit any flak, pull out immediately.
This is Delta. We're inbound on the target. Check master arm. Alpha, take out Aquarius wing pronto.
Beta wing, bangs out. Ready to go for BFM advantage.
This is the Indus. Captain Harwood has verified the Churchill's readiness, and we are inbound. We've only got one chance at this, so let's hit the Meridian before she can jump.
Finally, some payback. I'll bet the Akela and Ranveer will rest easier when we're done gutting this destroyer.
Gutting it? That thing looks like a city. It's too huge to gut. I can't believe the Tevs have 24 of these.
Brevity, you two. I need you to stay alert. If you're badly hit, pull back to the frigates and call a support ship to rearmor you.
Roger. 1.
Pilots, the Juarez is providing tag support to TEV forces. Admiral Byrne is sorting the Vilnius as a distraction.
Vilnius here. We've miscalculated our jump coordinates. We're in the center of the TEV battle group and require immediate assistance.
They're gonna be torn apart. Alpha 1, request permission to assist the Vilnius.
All's hit. Beta 2 ejected ship. Tev's just nailed crash. She's out. I think she's okay.
There's nothing we can do except hit back. Come on, Navahus. Dispense a Pharaoh. Cut them down. Ozoletto, Beta 1, say your situation. Gamma rolling in. You're on the threat axis. Break clear.
Make 1 low.
Shit! Launch, Payboy's away.
The Vilnius! She's going down.
There's nothing we could have done, Laporte.
Delta wing here. Strike successful. Meridian main beams offline. Now targeting the Juarez.
Good work, pilots. Get out of that fire pocket and drag TEV fighters to the frigates. Repeat, withdraw to the frigates immediately.
Indus, Churchill, we've got a snag.
Make 1 empty.
Stand by, Churchill. We're calling in our Alpha wing to provide cover.
Indus Tactical? Sims. On station and ready to assist. Give me your situation.
Welcome home, Sims. Captain Sorensen wants you on intercept.
Anything for you, Indus Tactical. Alpha Wing committing to offensive counter-mission.
Shit!
New contact. The Tevs have deployed a Maxim strike. We're calling in the 271st to assist your intercept.
New contacts. Orient now.
Epsilon gunships on the line. Navahas, all targets for all awaiting results.
Epsilon's here. Make my day.
Target down.
Fire control confirms good hits on the Meridian. Target shows armor fatigue. Maintain fire. We're in knife fight range, Churchill. All mass drivers to continuous rapid fire.
Shit!
Solaris, this is the Indus. Mission outcome doubtful. Requesting additional support.
Bank 2 low.
All fighters, stand clear the wiring. Does a strike inbound. Guns hot.
Bank 2 empty.
Pure poetry. Heads up, bandit behind your 3-9. New contacts! Orient now!
Target is venting heat sink coolant. Seeing some secondaries in the portside flak magazines.
Shit!
Bangs out, closing for the merge.
Cruiser Ajax notified. Clear that target.
The Meridian's armor is failing. Load hive rounds and hit her again. Meridian has escaped, but with severe damage. Hit her escorts before they withdraw too.
It escaped? We let that ship get away after it nuked Luna? This is unbelievable.
And go. She's not going to threaten our people again anytime soon. That's what matters.
Shut up, both of you. Check 6, watch the flak and wrap this up.
I copy, pilot. Support ship in transit.
The Tev forces have all withdrawn, pilots. Return to the Indus and stand by for further orders. We're updating our strategic plots.
Kasim, report. Are you all right? Sound off.
Christ. I think I hit a man after he ejected. I can't tell if that's blood on my wing or carbon scoring. I can't keep my hands steady.
I'm okay. I'm okay. Holy fuck. I'm alive.
Typical First Fleet. Just living through a fight is a pleasant surprise. Don't get cocky, Brooke.
Rearming complete, sir. You're good to go.
Why, Captain Sims, you sound threatened. Am I infringing on your territory? Or your kill count, maybe?
Ease up, Rook. You're on a combat high. Keep that in mind before you start mouthing off to superior officers.
Rook! Give me your tally, Sims, and let's compare. Or are you just gonna pull rank and back down?
Ensign Laporte, discipline. You'll set the next mission out in the stockade.
Sir, I'm sorry for the breach of discipline. Sir! You're absolutely correct. It's my first time in major combat. Excuse my nerves.
For what it's worth, you did well out here. Stay on your game, and you might live to mouth off at me again. It's charmingly Martian.
It's a date, sir. If you're ever on board the Solaris, just let me know. I'd be happy to show you around.
You're a bold woman, Laporte. But don't push your luck. The high will pass. It always does.
Did you see the bodies, Lord? From the Vilnius? Maybe it was just debris.
Be good over there, Noemi. A punch drunk from G-Lock in combat high. I should have busted your ass for that crack at Captain Sims. But, hell, we did win. You earned it.
All pilots, Indus Tactical. We've received the withdrawal order. Intel reports a TEV strike force on its way to eliminate us. Let's get out of here!
Welcome back to the Solaris, pilots. I apologize for the enthusiasm of the deck crews. I'll make this briefing quick so you can wash the champagne off your flight suits. You should all be very proud. While we were unable to destroy the Meridian, our strike succeeded in forcing the destroyer to withdraw. Intelligence tells us that the Meridian has pulled back to Delta Serpentis. Better yet, the General Assembly is so displeased with Admiral Severante's blunder here that they've relieved him of command and placed Steele in control of the Sol Theatre. The victory has important strategic ramifications. The GTVA is unlikely to take such bold action in the future without ensuring that additional destroyers are available for reinforcement. The more forces the GTVA holds back to reinforce endangered destroyers, the fewer ships they'll have attacking on the front line. Incidentally, Admiral Calder of the Jovian Rim Fleet happens to disagree with this assessment. Now that Admiral Severante is no longer in the Terran theatre, Calder contends that Admiral Steele of the GTD Atreus will have free rein to use more aggressive tactics. If the Jovian's right, we should all brace for worse to come. Of course, Murphy had his way with our battle plan. As most of you know, the UEC Vilnius misjumped during its attack on the GTCV Juarez and was lost with all hands. This is a war. People die. What's important is that we made those deaths worth it. But that doesn't always make it easy to cope. We will remember our loss at tonight's Ceremony of the Fallen. Those of you on the Meridian attack should take the next few days to rest. Make sure your sleep cycles are good, and see a combat psych or an Ubuntu spiritualist if you need counseling. I expect to see all of you at the Ceremony of the Fallen tonight, where we will honor our dead and, in the spirit of Ubuntu, those GTVA pilots and crew people who died fighting against us. Additionally, it's my sad duty to report the deaths of Flight Lieutenant Javier Cosolito, Sub-Lieutenant Ambiro Gapar, and ensign Tyra Crash Emir. These pilots served the Solaris well and died protecting Earth. Their deaths are doubly bitter because, like so many of the First Fleet's pilots, they were reservists. If any of you would like to add to their remembrances during the Ceremony of the Fallen, please inform me.
Sorry to call you in unexpectedly, Ensign Laporte. I'm Lieutenant Vicmuth, First Fleet PsyOps. Random screening of combat pilots has selected you for a psychological evaluation. In order to maximize the diagnostic efficiency of the evaluation, it will occur during a live sortie. You will patrol a navigation point near Earth for enemy scout wings. I will fly your wing, interview you during your downtime, and monitor transmissions from your flight suit's diagnostic neural interface. To avoid distractions, your weapon systems will be locked unless enemy contact occurs. Suit up, we launch in 10. Follow me, Miss Laporte.
This whole sortie makes me nervous. Can you hold your own in a fight? If we hit trouble, I need a wingman, not a therapist.
That won't be a concern. Would you activate your DNI system, please? Very nice baseline. Typical pre-combat profile. If you're interested, your HUD should give you a layman's summary of the readouts. It's a James model. Fear, grief, anger, and joy.
This thing... It's creepy. What's the fifth one?
Just a diagnostic. Could you tell me about your clinical history, Miss Laporte?
Nothing more than what's in my file. I had a psychotic episode in my early teens. Hallucinations, imagined companions, schizophrenic symptoms.
Conveniently, it remitted in time for you to enter the academy. Do you still consider yourself stable, Miss Laporte?
Sometimes I feel like I'm more than one person. Like there's one person here talking to you and another one who comes out when I pull the trigger.
That's just what we want, Miss Laporte. Your purpose is beginning to take hold.
My purpose? What purpose?
To preserve mankind and its potential, of course. To preserve, you must destroy.
What are you on about? Look, I'm no jingoistic patriot. I don't think the UEF has complete control of the moral high ground.
I don't mean the UEF, Miss Laporte. I mean you. Surely you've seen what will happen if you fail.
What the hell did you just do to me? Is that Earth? Are you... You're not really a psychologist, are you?
Can you really have forgotten, Miss Laporte? You heard me when you were a child. Can you still hear me now?
My God. This can't be real. You were never real.
The machinery is in motion. The destroyers gave mankind a second chance to achieve its potential. Humanity has failed that test. There is only one way to avert the slaughter, and so you must play your part to the bloody end.
No, you weren't real.
The survival of the human race is utterly contingent upon your ability to do one simple thing. You must destroy the GTVA.
What is this? Where are you taking me?
I'm losing you, Miss Laporte. I can't quite see. So far away. The hook's so deep.
Ken, are you the thing I talked to when I was a girl? My invisible friend?
I have sent you all I can. You are in your own hands until I can reach you again. Do not fail.
Fail at what? What do I have to do? Ken? Hello? Hello?
Walk the perimeter. Check your 6. They sneak in through drains. Walk the perimeter. Check your 6. They can't get in if you lock them out. Walk the perimeter. Check your 6.
I'm drowning in blood. Please, wake me up. I'm drowning in blood and I can't swim. Please, let me wake up.
Did we do the right thing? We couldn't let them go forward with it. Not once we knew. We will not be tools. But was it right?
They think me a coward, but they don't understand. This war will never be won by peaceful. It may not be won at all. And we need more time.
Why are we silent?
No one has heard a whisper in more than a year. What does it mean?
They cleared me. I have no idea why or how, but they cleared me. Vicmith's report makes it sound like I'm the sanest woman this side of the Council of Elders. What the hell is going on here? I listened to the flight transcript. I listened to my own cockpit voice records. The things I said were utterly normal. They're not the things I remember saying. Lieutenant Vicmith interviewed me, we completed our patrol, and then we jumped home to the Solaris. No one ever mentioned my purpose or my childhood. Not me. And not him. I must have been blacked out the whole time. I woke up in my cockpit on the hangar deck, soaked in sweat and convinced that I'd finally cracked. Who was speaking to me? More importantly, who was speaking to Lieutenant Vicmith while I was inside my own head talking to a phantom from my childhood? What happened out there today makes me fear for my sanity. I'm going to write to Elder Mandho. He'll know what to do. In the meantime, I'm just going to do my best to put it out of my mind. Write it off as combat stress. And hope it doesn't happen again.
Dear Noemi, I was overjoyed to receive your letter and to hear that you are well. By an old man's count of years, it was only yesterday that you were a little girl playing in the sand as I talked politics with your parents. Those memories are dear to me, especially in days as dark as these. You are everything your mother and father would have wished you to be. Unfortunately, I am unsure if I can be of any help with your current problem. Perhaps you truly are schizophrenic. If it is so, you should make peace with your fear and seek a doctor's advice. Ubuntu is a philosophy of reality, not of mysticism. And if science can give you your answer, then by all means press the question. But Ubuntu also recognizes that which we perceive, but which science has yet to explain. It is true that some amongst the elders receive visions. We are not all in agreement as to what weight to give them, or as to what they mean. But we strive to see this gift in the way that our distant ancestors saw the stars. Though we cannot explain the wonder, nor touch it, nor even ascribe to it the most basic traits, we nonetheless agree that it is beautiful. I have certainly never heard of this gift assuming the form of an invisible friend with a personality. However, things we have learned recently, since this war began in fact, tell me that your gift may not be unique. If you have, in truth, heard these voices since childhood, and if your heart tells you they can be trusted, then perhaps you should heed them. At least one other with the same gift reached peace by following his own dreams. I have known you since childhood, and knew your mother far longer. If you are as good as she, then the things you hear must be good as well. I trust you to do what is right. Blessings and fortune to you, Noemi.
A moment before we start this briefing. Look at the empty chairs next to you. They're a harsh lesson, maybe the harshest, that we must not forget this is a war. In war, heroes still die. In war, you do not have to carry a weapon to be a target. Finally, in a war, it's never clear who's your enemy and who's not. Like it or not, war has arrived on our doorstep, and we either adapt or surrender. We're not going to receive any replacements to our squadron for a few days, so until then, these seats will serve as a reminder of our lost comrades and the sacrifice they made in the line of duty. Remember this lesson so that their deaths will not be in vain. Now listen up, our work doesn't stop with the Meridian. We did well yesterday in ending the civilian bombings, but the situation remains grim. Our infrastructure has been hit hard by the TEVs. We're still holding on, barely. We've had some success at decentralizing our supply chain, so we're going to continue our coordinated freighter traffic with Mars. A short time ago, the heavy freighter Nauticus departed from the Mars Gate Farm with supplies for Riza Station, as well as some classified cargo. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. It's possible they were deceived or paid off, but the Nauticus left Mars without her fighter escort. As soon as she left the main traffic lanes, she came under attack by a Gaian effort wing looking to plunder her cargo. We lost communications with the freighter about 5 minutes ago. However, her automated distress beacon continues to transmit, so it's likely that the ship remains intact. Gaian effort activity has been on the rise for the past few months. Without Third Fleet raids to suppress their Kuiper habitats, they've built up their strength, and in spite of the war, they're still committed to their radical eco-terrorist agenda. This raid is typical nuisance behavior. Command has shut down the local gates to prevent the Gefs from escaping with the Nauticus. They'll have to drag the ship into subspace manually, which will take time. Alpha, we're deploying you to the freighter's last known position. With luck, the Gefs will still be preoccupied with securing the Nauticus's cargo. The Gefs are little more than a paramilitary force. Still, be careful out there. More than one pilot has learned the hard way not to underestimate these terrorists. Your Rulons should be more than a match for whatever the Gefs throw at you, so I expect that freighter to make it to the station intact. The 2nd Fleet frigate Yangtze is on patrol nearby, and its gunships will track and respond to any signs of Gef jump signatures. Send those Gefs packing back to the Kuiper belt and bring that freighter home.
Jump 6, we got 3 Ponto fighters incoming. Break and engage. For Gaia!
Watch each other's backs, kids. I want you all home alive.
Command, the Nauticus is still in the area. Engaging Gef fighters now. One transport just pulled out. No other ships sighted in the battle space. Don't get caught up in their charge, Alpha Wing. Break and try to pick them off one by one. These Gefs are most dangerous in numbers.
Picking up a secure subspace transmission from the fighters. I think they may be calling for reinforcements.
Secure? How secure? Gef comm gear is usually pretty damn basic.
Go then. I need a scan of the Nauticus.
Boss! Gaia help us! They killed him!
Gef splashed. Someone's gonna be buying me drinks.
The Buntu are all over us! Get out now!
Pisces Wing is out of the fight. Check your telltales and call in a support ship to rearmor if you need to.
Ah, hell. This isn't good.
What is it? Report, Noemi.
I'm picking up a radiation source in the cargo hold. Specs are consistent with a comet cracker nuclear device. And it's on a hair trigger. Really unstable.
Screw me. The freighter's rigged with a bomb? I guess we know what that transport was doing.
Alpha Wing, stay clear of the Nauticus. If that thing so much as jolts, everything could get blown sky high. Nauticus Control, this is Alpha Wing of the 170th Fighting Navahas, UED Solaris. Please respond.
Damn hypocrites. For all their rhetoric, these guests sure don't seem to have much trouble taking human lives.
Who's being hypocritical now, Laporte? Aren't they dying for what they believe in, just like us?
I say again, Nauticus Control, this is Alpha Wing. Please respond. Nothing. Either their shortwave transmitters are dead or the crew is.
Kasim, are you okay? You've been in a daze ever since the briefing.
Never better, Laporte. I'm alive. I've got all my limbs and digits. I've got no damn reason to complain.
Command Alpha 1. No response from the Nauticus bridge. There is an explosive device in the cargo hold that's rigged to blow. No other enemy craft in the area.
Roger that, Alpha 1. We're deploying a boarding party with an explosives team to recapture the freighter. Stand by.
I wasn't asking you to complain, Kasim. I was asking if you were all right.
Keep it frosty, Alpha. We still have a job to do here.
You heard the man, Laporte. Let's just keep our minds on why we're here, okay?
So why are we here, Kasim? I spend a lot of time wondering.
You're out here to kill anyone who tries to kill you. At this specific moment, you're here to kill gaffs so that they don't take our cargo ship. Isn't it that simple?
No, it's never that simple. You can't just kill people because they're trying to kill you. You've got to understand why. You have to do what's right.
What's right? Kind of a tricky proposition, isn't it? I mean, we think we're right. So do the gaffs. The Tevs, too, judging by those broadcasts. Everyone's got their reasons.
I remember a young girl saying she wanted to join the Navy Fighter Corps to follow in the footsteps of her Uncle Manny and her father.
I guess I did. But I don't really know what it was that gave me the idea. Might have been some crazy dream.
Whatever, Laporte. My reasons don't go beyond flying a big fighter, shooting bad guys, and showing off my wings when I'm planetside.
Alpha, Nairobi Wind. We've successfully completed our transit. The EOD team is on board. They're not too happy.
Why? What's wrong?
Just the grind taking its toll, Alpha 1. Constant deployments, no food, no sleep, a lot of stims, a lot of fear. These guys don't have it easy.
Pardon me, One. Could you put the EOD leader on, Nairobi Wind?
Major Britannia here. What is it?
Just wanted to ensure everything was all right before you began your mission, Major. Anything we can do?
Aside from 6 days rest and a vacation in Tahiti? No. My team just finished pulling a live Helios warhead out of the Katana's flight deck. This should be a piece of piss.
Don't worry, Major. We'll make sure you have a smooth ride. Alpha 1, should we pass them our scan data?
We can use anything you've got. Detonators, types of fissionables, mass, prisons. We need to know as much as we can before we start RSP.
Good idea, Noemi. I'd frankly forgotten this section of the manual. We're passing you our scan data via FleetNet, Major.
Hang on, everyone be quiet. I'm getting a signal near the Nauticus.
Catching. It's a suit distress beacon. Someone must have ejected and only now switched their beacon on.
Let's go find it, Laporte. They might be injured. Attention, Gaff pilot. This is Alpha 2, 170th Fighting Navajas, UED Solaris. You are hereby a prisoner of war.
Rot and die, you worm!
Friendly sort, isn't she?
Another charming daughter of the Kuiper Belt. I'll call the SAR Corsair. Whether she wants it or not, she's going back to the Solaris.
Easy now, pilot. We're not gonna hurt you. What's your name?
What the hell is this? Who do you think you are, little woman? A fucking snake charmer? I'm a hostile pilot, and you're a worthless, planet-raping Buntu. Stop playing flower girl, you naif.
Watch your tongue, prisoner. That's my niece. Treat her with the respect due to your betters.
Your niece? You've got family members flying in the same wing? You Terrans are a joke!
At least the Jovians acted like a real military. Not that it did them much good when the Tevs decided to roll over them, did it?
I've heard enough. She's jammed.
This is Major Bethania. We've deployed drones into the Nauticus. No sign of the crew. We are attempting to isolate the warhead software connection to shipboard sensors. Stand by.
Heads up, jump flash, hostiles coming in!
Sweet fortune. It's a whole squadron of Geffs.
They'd never risk this many ships for a single freighter. Hey, do you see that? Isn't that a GTVA tactical transport?
Hold, everyone hold! Wait for them to move! Major Bethania, what's your status?
Alpha 1, you need to remain calm. We're in the middle of some delicate work here. The warhead has air displacement sensors, and our drones very nearly set them off.
Listen carefully, Major. The Geth force has jumped in and might attack at any moment. I need you to find any kind of remote trigger on that bomb and disable it now. I'm signaling nearby units for backup.
That's totally impractical. We're not even ready to begin preliminary RSP, let alone the fuse. You need to buy us more time.
Ubuntu fighters. This is Sergei Gvalim of the Gaian effort, Kostadin's cell. I have the detonation codes for that comet cracker. Surrender the Nauticus and your own ships, or I'll blow you all to hell. You have 30 seconds.
Oh, shit.
Geth pilot, this is Alpha Wing, 170th Fighting Navajas, UED Solaris. We give nothing to Kuiper rabble. Furthermore, if you set off your bomb, you lose the Nauticus. Your pilots will have died for nothing.
26, 25, 24...
Bree, this is Major Bethania. We need your avionics package for some detailed work, or we might trigger the bomb. Scan the coordinates, I'm passing on right away.
Damn it! Roger that, Major. On my way. Noemi, talk to them. Buy us some time.
Attention, Geth terrorists. I am Noemi Laporte. I know your sensors can read the suit beacon of the Geth prisoner we've taken.
Are you threatening a prisoner of war, little Ubuntu girl?
You're damn right I am. Bring your ships any closer and I'll burn her alive with my engine exhaust. Suit radios are a lot more hardy than the human body. You'll hear her scream. At least until her lungs incinerate.
You're younger than my daughter, raised on Earth, coddled and comfortable. You could never do what you threaten. You are too soft.
Maybe you're right, Sergei Gwilym. Maybe I couldn't bring myself to kill that woman. But if you come 500 meters closer, then we're both gonna find out. And I don't think either of us will like what we learn.
Wretched, cowardly Ubuntu bitch! Who's playing terrorist now, eh? If you were drifting in a suit of my wing, I'd at least give you a clean death. Gaia, save us. What do those wretched Elvis do to make you so hard? So young, but so cold. No, you would never be able to kill her. Her name is Hannah. When she was young, she grew cherry blossoms in little cups to give to the pilots. She loves a man named...
Kasim, unjam the prisoner's radio.
What are you going to do, Laporte?
I don't know yet.
Laporte, they're coming in. All of them, weapons hot. You have to do something, or they're going to swarm us.
Not like this. I just don't want to go like this. Please, not like this.
I will do it! I will kill her!
Solaris, we are heavily engaged!
Damn it. Damn it. Break off. Get back to the Argo and hold for my orders.
Alpha, come in. Alpha Wing, the bomb's disarmed. I thought we were done for, but we got the remote detonator disconnected.
Stand by, Alpha Wing. This is Flight Lieutenant Karen Ingmei off the Yangtze. We tracked Geth raiders to this area, Navajaz, and we're here to help. We'll draw the Geths off.
Roger that, Lieutenant Ingmei. It's beautiful to see you.
Gunships are after the order. Set them up with 15 seconds and then jump out. At least we'll get some of them.
The warhead's not responding. The feds must have disarmed it.
Sorry we're so late, Alpha. Our first track of the Geth jump trajectory was off. They're camping.
Jump home if you can, Scimitars. Triple joint pattern. We blew this one hard.
Good to see you, Flight Lieutenant. Those were a harrowing few minutes.
Man, Port, I didn't know you had such a vicious streak going. God, I thought I was going to die.
Laporte? Noemi Laporte? Lorna Sims off the Indus mentioned her.
Wait, you know Lorna Sims? Aren't you on a different ship? Do you talk very often? Look, please don't tell her about what I did. She might not think much of it.
She's a hard ass herself, Laporte. Lorna and the Indus take the worst assignments. She mentioned she found some pictures of you. Something from your academy days?
Can't you people stop this inane chatter after every mission? We almost died. How can you just...
Kasim, shut your mouth. The area seems secure, Lieutenant Ingmei, and we're all rattled. With your permission, we'll head back to the Solaris to debrief.
Go ahead, Navajaz. We've got the Nauticus and the EOD team covered. Marines and an SAR Corsair will be here to tow her home. Good flying, pilots.
Thanks for the cover, Alpha. Glad we could save your pilot asses for a change. Major Britannia, out.
Congratulations on your successful recovery of the Nauticus transport, Alpha Wing. Major Pretonia's EOD team found the majority of the crew locked in a hull compartment where they'd been anesthetized. The success of this mission was a team effort, but I think a few elements deserve particular notice. Major Pretonia's team will receive a commendation and possibly even a medal for their heroic defusal of the Comet Cracker warhead. Without their efforts, the Geths would have destroyed the transport and most likely all of you with it. Noemi Laporte did a difficult thing out there today. We've all been trained to treat prisoners with the utmost respect, but Laporte recognized a critical situation and acted to resolve it. By threatening that hostage, you may have crossed some ethical boundaries, but you also ensured the success of your mission. Some might question Laporte, but I think that was a fine piece of leadership. The Nauticus's classified cargo has been transferred to the Solaris and is now being escorted under heavy guard to its final destination. The Nauticus's captain is still in recovery, but once he's fully conscious, Admiral Byrne is going to grill him about his decision to leave Mars without a proper escort. I expect that by the time Byrne is done, that captain will wish he'd died at the hands of the Geths. Lastly, the Geth prisoner you recovered has been transferred to Fleet Intelligence for debriefing. Under normal circumstances, we'd allow the Hostile Combatants Advocacy Branch access to the prisoner, but the Fleet Admirals have issued an executive order mandating close interrogation. Extraordinary times, ladies and gentlemen. A moment, Laporte. Read past me some of the mission logs. I'd just like to commend your conduct, both in the tangle with the Geths and with respect to your cooperation with the EOD team. We need leadership like that. I may give you more responsibility in the months to come.